Good
Hi,
morning.
hi, Joe. Good morning, Joe. How are
It's
you,
been
Joe?
a while. How are you?
I am good. So here in the beautiful city of San Diego, we have something called May Gray. And what that
Hmm.
means is that it's gray in May. That's why they
Okay,
call
that
it May
makes
Gray.
sense. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Well named.
Well named. Anyway, it's hard for us San Diego folks because usually
Yeah.
it's sunny and 75 degrees and it's kind of gray today. So that's kind of a bummer, but what are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
We have false spring in Portland
Oh, okay.
because like it rains for like 5 months straight in
Oh
Portland,
my gosh.
which,
I would die.
seasonal depression disorder is a real thing here. And then all of a sudden it's like gorgeous for a week. And everyone's
Mm,
like, spring, it's here. And all the Portlanders that have been here for more than like 10 years are like, these
nope.
chumps, this is false spring.
Nope.
And then it's like rains for another 3 weeks. But we've exited that and we are in real spring now, which has been San Diego weather, essentially. We wait all year
Nice.
for it. Yeah.
I love that for you. That's
Yeah.
great.
I actually have some vitamin D in my system instead of just coming from supplements now.
Good job. Good job,
Yeah.
sunshine.
Right. So I heard some rumblings about an MCP server in Google. Tell me more.
Yes. So my MCP server, which is an ads, it's called Try AdWizard.
Hmm.
It got approved by Google finally. I had to send them 2
Nice.
YouTube videos. Did I tell you this?
No.
I sent them, they like want a YouTube video with your face, with you narrating like everything the app does before they'll approve it because I use
Wow.
a sensitive scope because ads is a
Sure.
sensitive scope. So it took a month for them to finally approve it, which is cool. So I'm using it with
Hmm.
a couple of friends and it's just kind of fun, right? Like we talked about this last time we recorded. It's just kind of
Yeah.
a fun thing that makes managing your ads a lot easier. So that's kind of been my fun little side quest. But now that it's approved, it doesn't give you that scary warning anymore.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I got to that scary warning and stopped.
And stopped,
And
right?
I
You're like, ah!
and I know you pretty well. And it scared me away. So getting rid of that is feels like a pretty big win. Um,
Yes.
you know, I know that probably sucked for you, but I don't hate this manual approval process that companies are rolling out. I I was in the App Store and Google Play the other day, and there's just like so much. It's AI slop, sure, but it's
Junk.
also just like crap.
Yeah.
And I'm all about tightening those review guidelines to like just a little bit more to up the quality bar. But a video with your face and over a month like that's a lot of effort. Tell me
But
more
I'm
about how it was, like how it went.
I'm with you on
Mhm.
I don't mind because, Simple File Uploads distribution was and is through the Heroku add-on store.
Yeah.
And you had to have 100 users before you could be in their store. 100. But because
Yeah.
of that, there were
Yeah.
so few apps. There were no crappy apps in there because the
Yeah.
bar to get in was so high. And so for me, that worked for years as a great distribution channel because there were like 2 competitors in the whole app store. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
For the video for Google, it wasn't a big deal. Like you have to basically, they want to see where you're asking for the scopes and like actually see the process where you verbally explain, like I'm using scope A, B, and C, and this is what
Mhm.
I'm using for. And they want to see
Mhm.
the entire process. So it was basically I used a script, just a video of me using my app, hooking it up to my ads account and doing a right process to some of my running Google ads.
So you're just using your product. It's at
Yeah.
least not you didn't have to worry about reusing it for marketing or making it
You know,
polished, like, you were just talking
I
through it.
didn't edit it. It wasn't, yeah,
Yeah.
there was nothing about it that was polished. I do enough videos, even though I'm not a great video person, I do enough that I'm comfortable doing a 7-minute walkthrough of the product. So to your point,
7 minutes,
I
though,
know
that's a
it's kind of
lot to
long, right?
review even, you know? Like, I
Yes.
think
For
about
a
I submit
human.
apps to
Yeah.
for a human, yeah, yeah, I submit
Yeah.
apps to the App Store, and it's like, "Here's how to sign in," and it's 3 steps that I
hmm
type, you know? A 7-minute video, whew, that's
Well, and the funny thing is the first one I did, so it took a
mhm,
month because they made me do it again. The first one
mhm,
I did, I go through and I show the scopes. I'm like, here are the scopes. And I verbally say, so the way I use those scopes is I now can write and read from your Google Ads. And I stopped the video there and they
mhm,
rejected it. They were like, we want to
mm,
see it actually working. So then I had to do another video where I'm like, I write and, read, and here's Claude Code, and here's me actually connecting to my ads account and picking an ads account and changing an ad. So very thorough. Good job, Google,
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
is the
And this
takeaway.
is in what store is this in? Like, where
It's
does this
not
show up?
right now. There's no, I haven't figured that.
You
I
just got
haven't gotten to
approved
that.
to
Yeah, I
use
just got
the ad
approved to
API.
use the scope. Yeah, I got approved to use the ads
Got it.
API right through OAuth. It's really like the OAuth consent screen is what they call it, through OAuth.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Google has a crazy. They changed their Google Play, where you submit Android apps requirement recently, where if you're on a personal account instead of like a business or like a business entity account, you have to do a test and have 12 or more active users use your app for 14 continuous days
Ooh,
before you
wow.
can apply to production. And if
Wow.
one of those users like stops on day 13, their clock resets.
Wow.
So you have to have like either 12 really good friends
Friends.
or a marketing campaign to have people use this thing every freaking day for 2 weeks just to get like the push to production box, enabled for Google Play.
Wow. That's a
So
very high bar.
it's extremely high. I
Yeah.
actually don't know anyone who's gotten past it.
Okay.
Like anyone with a personal Google Play account
Yeah.
is just like, I'm stuck here. I can't get
I
past
can't
it.
get past it.
So I'm
Yeah.
setting up an LLC to apply for the business account,
Oh no.
which skips that.
I see. I
So,
see.
like, I get what they're doing, but I'm also, I can say on both sides of the fence, like, this feels too much.
Yeah. Sure.
So the MCP server is running. You have two friends using it.
Mhm.
I am now going to really try it since it's not so
Yes. We should
scary.
do our
I want.
live. This week is so crazy for me, but we should find a
Oh,
time to record a live stream of you using it. I think that'd be fun.
yeah. I think it wouldn't be able to happen until June. I have a crazy couple of weeks coming up. I'm doing a century bike ride on Saturday.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, up in Washington with two buddies from college. So this week is like toast. And then I'm taking my oldest son to North Carolina, where my parents just moved like last week,
Oh.
for the week, just the two of us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
So it's the first
nice.
time my family is like, my wife is with the youngest kid and I'm with the older kid. It's the
Yeah.
first time we've done like a split vacation
Yeah.
ever. And he's
Yeah.
he'll be 5. So
Yeah.
very much looking forward to that, and won't be in front of a computer very much during those 2
Yeah.
weeks. So
So end of June, maybe.
sure,
We'll get to it
sure.
in June.
Middle of June, end of June.
Um,
We were on a good
that's
cadence with this podcast, and then we dropped the ball for a few weeks, but we're back.
We're
We're back.
back. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Well, you can check it out and then we can do it again and go through it. But
Yeah, I'll
yes,
pretend.
it's safe. It will make you feel warm and fuzzy. It'll make you happy
Good.
to use now. It's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So MCP servers live. Very exciting.
yes.
You've also had some deep thoughts over the weekend,
Okay, we all know
apparently.
if you've been listening to me for 100 years, like some people have, I love a deep thought, right? Like
Oh
this
yeah.
is I love a deep thought.
Oh yeah.
But
Too deep.
I I just feel like I had this like um I don't know, it was something
Mm-hmm.
about this weekend. I feel like I just had this moment where I was like, I think actually I can set the scene better. So yesterday I had
Okay.
coffee with a mutual friend,
Mm-hmm.
and he is amazing and energetic and like my kind of people. And we were talking, and what he does is he works as, I believe they call them entrepreneurs in residence. So he works on a product within a bigger company. So his job is to manage a product and build a product. And I realized talking to him is I love building products more than building products. I love building businesses. I am super interested in not what is your product. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of interested in that. I am super interested in what is your distribution? How are you finding customers? How are you going to grow? That's the kind of stuff I really, really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And part of me thinks that it doesn't even have to be in tech. Tech is just
Mm.
high leverage. So I got into this field because it was so high leverage, right? Like years ago, we were the first generation, the first, industry where you could work from home and make six figures.
Mhm.
Pretty sure. Like, so it was like, oh my goodness, I can make six figures working from home. Like, what is better than that? And so tech was always kind of a means to an end for me. And that was the
Yeah.
means to the end. And now that I'm in it, I'm like, I just really like building businesses. Like I was talking to my friend who's a real estate agent and he's getting into it and he's just like, he's new to it. And what I want to talk about is like, how are you growing the business? Like, how are you finding people? I have another new friend that I just met and they own she owns like a med spa. So just like all these different, I'm like, how did you start that? Like,
Yeah.
what's your, again, like, I want to know, like, how is your marketing going? Like, how are you finding people? Like, I'm just really interested in that aspect of business. Like, how do
Yeah.
you start and grow a profitable business? And this was a good revelation for me to have
Mhm.
because I'm not saying I'm not going to be in tech, but I'm not married to being in tech. Like, I was like, oh, maybe I should be a real estate investor. I don't know. But like,
Yeah.
I feel like I would be equally happy in different fields, which was kind of like a really cool realization. And it also made me think as I build this consultancy, I don't need to over index on like the work. Like, if I don't
Mhm.
love the work, I can hire that out and just do
Yeah.
the business building part.
Yeah. Yeah. That kinda blows my mind. Like, the arc that that you've had over the past couple of years is you're all about, like, building the thing.
Yeah,
Like, you butted heads with with an ex-co-founder because you wanted to build it a
that's
certain
right.
way,
That's
right?
right.
Like, that was important
Yes.
to you. And Rails versus PHP, you conceded on and then, like, didn't like it because you didn't like PHP. So, like, you were actually in the weeds and saying, "I wanna build it differently." And now to come back and be like, if you were in that scenario with that mindset and your partner was just building and you were growing the business, I wonder how
Mhm.
different, you know, you would have how different you would have felt then.
Yeah. I mean, I love this realization for me because it
Yeah,
feels
me too.
very freeing in that
Mm,
I am happy to give up control on the other things.
right.
And yeah, I don't know, that's just what I'm excited about, which makes me a big thing I have always said is I don't want to build go-to-market tools, even though that's
Mhm.
literally what I'm doing, which is a whole different thing. I don't want to productize any of the go-to-market tools that I'm building. But
Fair.
I'm finding, like, as I'm learning more about what I enjoy, I care less and less about what the product is. Like, I have a
Yeah.
certain, like, bar, like, I'm not gonna sell peptides. But, like, I have a
Uh-huh.
certain bar of quality that
Uh-huh.
whatever I do, I wanna meet. But, I really am just interested in the growing and, like, the business and the distribution more than what the thing is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels very good actually. I think the second part of this is as we've talked about privately, as I've been building the consultancy, I'm like, you know, I don't know that I love consulting.
Yeah.
But what I realized this weekend is maybe I don't love consulting, but that's if you're doing solo consulting capped at a certain like your time, right? Like capped at what you can deliver. Whereas there's many ways to grow a consultancy and I could easily grow the business because I feel like right now
Mhm.
I'm maxed out with consulting. Like I can't take on any
Mm.
more clients without getting assistance, without hiring someone. Then you're in this whole thing where you're like, oh, now I'm hiring someone and that's hard. And you're kind of in this
Managing.
cycle, managing someone. But I'm changing my mind on that, is I guess what I'm saying. Like I can see a future where I am doing all of the discovery calls, all of the sales calls. I do all of like the
Yeah.
thinking work, like the process mapping for a company, and then either have a developer or like maybe just do like really aggressive Claude code. You get your AIs to spin up the solutions. Like I
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm feeling that there's a lot of opportunity. Is was what I'm trying to express to you. Like I'm excited.
Yeah, it aligns really well with where consultants are going right now also in the AI era. Like something that I've been struggling with for a long time. Like I can't continue to deliver code because it's not as valuable anymore. So how do I
Yes.
go above that
Right.
strategy or go
Strategy.
to market or whatever? And for you to come in through kind of like the other angle of me feeling the pull from clients and you feeling almost like the internal push to get
Mm-hmm.
there,
Yeah.
it is really interesting. I love that you are not limiting yourself to tech
I
anymore.
know. It's a kind of
I really like
exciting,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
I really like that because you've been talking about that in different ways. Like when we went up to Seattle, what, last summer? I don't remember.
it was a while ago.
Maybe it was a while ago.
It was a
And we went
while
on that
ago.
hike, right?
Yes.
You were talking about like physical product businesses that you were trying to
Yeah.
get involved in, and you were like, "But I don't know anything about those," or like the conductor boards, and you were like, "I don't know anything about that." But even then, looking back, I can see that you had there were threads of you wanting to grow the business.
Yeah.
I can figure out that stuff when I'm on the, you were saying that, and it was like, but we were worried, like, can you actually figure that out on the job? Can anyone? Does the
Yes.
expertise matter? And like looking back
Yes.
on that, it actually doesn't. If you're trying to be the businesswoman in the
Yes.
business, it doesn't
Yes.
really matter if you're not 100% knowledgeable about what's being built or how it's being built. You're growing the business.
Yeah.
And that's a big mental shift
It
in
is.
what I think is a really good way. I feel like you've been circling on this for a while. Not that I've like, had the answer and haven't told you, but it feels like you've been circling on this for a while and you are, I think, maybe there with it.
Yeah. To me, it feels like such a great realization. You're correct. I have been circling
Hmm.
on this for a while, and I still don't know what this means. I mean, I'm going to
Sure.
continue to build the software consultancy, but be
Hmm.
open to doing something that's totally, a hard right turn.
Not, yeah.
Um, yeah, like not tech. Totally be open to that. Like I know that this is what it feels right. Like it feels like, okay, this is really where I want to be, where I just want to learn how to
Hmm.
grow businesses. And I don't really care what the shape of those businesses are. So
Right. Right. Well, if you want a case study, I could
I was gonna
use
say,
help growing many of my businesses.
we can move
So,
right into Ruby Native from that, right?
yeah,
That might work out.
yeah. I mean, like that'd be a really cool partnership if you know, you don't care about what Ruby Native is, or even my consulting business. You're just like
Yeah.
there to help me grow. Like I would, just as an experiment, I would love to see what happens if you found a lead for me,
Okay.
did the discovery call for me, and then was like, "Hey Joe, here is like their budget and what they're looking for. Give me a rough estimate." And then you closed it for me, and then I like implemented everything.
Yeah.
And that would be super interesting, A, as a case study, or B, as just like revenue share, like
Yeah.
you find clients, I do work type thing. Because that is essentially you would like you want to be in the beginning of the process,
Yeah. I think I
not
do.
really the deliverable. And I don't really know where I am, what I like. I'm been very confused about that in its shifts, but that would be
Yeah.
really cool if we found a way to test that in like a safe space.
Yeah. Well,
Safe
it's
meaning like no obligation.
right. Well, and I think so much like this is the thing I keep hearing. It's interesting because you think about, I really like, I think his name is Rob Snyder. He has the pull framework and he
Mm,
has a newsletter and he talks about demand, like when you're
mm-hmm.
starting a product business.
Yeah.
And he talks about this concept of pull. And he's like, all of us
Mm,
are trying to push our shit on someone else, like push
totally.
our product on people. Like that's why you get
Yep.
so many cold LinkedIn DMs because they're trying
Yeah.
to push,
Push, push, push.
but push doesn't work. What
Yeah.
you need is you need the pull. And what I am seeing in my sales group with literally everyone I talk to is everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants qualified leads. You
Yeah.
want warmish, qualified leads. So, like, what is a way to get them? And something I think about a lot too that I'm interested in this vein is like, how do you build trust at scale?
Mm, yeah.
Because trust is the only lever we have anymore. I think
Yeah.
that cold doesn't work the way it used to. I mean, even 2 years ago, cold was working great for me. Cold doesn't work the way it used to. So, how do you um, build
At
trust
scale though.
and at scale? But you're not really at scale yet. I mean, right? Like we could do this
For
for the first 10, 20,
for
like
Ruby Native or for
yeah,
my
yeah. I'm
consulting
sorry. I
business?
meant for your consultancy, I'd say yes. But like for
Yeah.
Ruby Native, um, I think you just start with one and then it's two and
Yeah.
then it's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
It
Um,
also is one of those things where, at least with my consulting business, scale doesn't really matter
matter,
as
right.
much. It's like
Yeah.
I used to be able to close 5 clients a year and be, well within my revenue target.
Yeah.
It's changing, sure, but like with Ruby Native, that's 100x if I wanted to make it.
Well, think of a traditional sales team too.
Uh-huh.
Is they win on numbers. Like the sales guys
Uh-huh.
I know, they'll tell me, they're like, you just have to, this is what they keep telling me, which is funny, by the way. I love my sales guys. I think I mention that every week. They're like,
Yeah.
you just have to call 100 people a day and it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you
Right.
kidding me? You want me to call
Yeah.
100 people a day?
100 people, yeah. One person will answer.
But that's their point, is they're like, in
Yeah.
sales, it's a numbers game, right? So I'm
Uh-huh.
working with one of my sales guys to mess around with cold email. And he's
Uh,
like, you have to work backwards from he's got this whole formula. It's really interesting if you're not in sales, but it's basically like, you want to get on this many calls, you close this percent of deals, you need to be sending, I forget what it was, 4,000 emails a week.
yeah.
Well, that's one way to approach it, sure, but wouldn't it be better to send 20 or 100 emails a week to people who actually want what you're trying to sell them? And yeah, so this whole thing of like qualified leads is really interesting. It's an interesting space, and I talk about it a lot, but I have never really taken the time to
Uh-huh.
get into it, to be like, what do you actually need to have? I know conceptually how it works. Like ideally, you're reaching out to someone who already knows you. That's the game.
Sure.
Um, anyway, it's interesting. Yeah. So
Yeah. I I do want to actually consider working together on something like this
yeah, no,
because I do feel like this is my weakest link right now,
yeah.
and finding out a way that works for both of us to make it A, an experiment, but B, like either a case study, or C, getting both of us more money. Like it feels
It's
like
a win-win.
the only loss is the opportunity cost, you know?
Right. And I feel like the way to do it is to, like, I will, like, I think this is a great idea, and I will try to find you some leads, and like, let's see,
Mm.
like, practically, it'll be a good to report back. Like, how long did
Mm.
it actually take me? Because
Yeah.
if it takes me a whole day and we get someone signs and we make $50, it's like, oh, that's not really going to work. But how long does it take to get good leads and
Uh-huh.
set up interesting pipelines?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah. No, I kind of like this idea. Let's
Yeah.
continue. Let's
And
continue to talk about this.
I do wonder, like, Ruby Native, best case, $300 a year.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not worth it, but like consulting business, sign a 5-figure deal.
Right.
All
It's
of a
totally
sudden,
worth
if you
it.
get me one lead
Right.
that signs, it's like you could have put in a week effort into that. Like
Yes.
depending on like that. That's where the numbers are different there.
100%.
But yeah, let's figure out a plan and then report back to the dear
The
listener,
team. The team listener. Listener team?
the
I always
team
say
listener,
team. Go team.
the team.
Yeah, no, I love this idea.
Cool.
I'm interested in this space, and
Yeah.
it's so crazy because I feel like I have blocked off, I have
Uh,
these like 2 days a week which are blocked off to
uh-huh.
like do my own marketing
Uh,
and do my own calls and learn about AI, and it's like not enough because AI, everything is just moving so fast. Um
yeah.
anyway, it's always good to be busy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I have given up on staying up to date with AI.
Mm,
I'm
okay.
like, I'm using Claude. I'm using the latest model.
Okay.
I am using skills when they fall into my lap and make
Yep.
sense, or when
Okay.
Claude recommends one. And I'm not switching off to codecs or whatever. I'm not even switching like models when I'm working. I'm just like, here's Claude, let's go.
Yeah.
And it has given me a little bit of a sense of peace where I'm not it's like I'm refusing to keep up.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the
You're
pressure to keep up.
just keep up. So I do not feel that same way. I appreciate where you are coming from.
Uh-huh.
Um, but I am really interested in, like, last week I started building a coding background agent because
Huh.
I was watching Ramp, and Ramp had this video on YouTube about how about their background agent and how effective it is in their coding
Uh,
processes. So I started building my own background agent, and it was more complicated than I thought.
yeah. Yeah.
It's cool, but it's like what I'm doing is to get oh my gosh, it's gonna say bad. To get a dev environment that doesn't take several minutes to spin up,
Uh-huh.
I like set up this thing called an like Incus with the ZFS file system. Have you heard of this? Okay,
I
anyway,
don't know
super
what
cool.
any of those words mean.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's like this whole cool thing where you hit it
Yeah.
in Slack and it goes to basically the Rails app. Check this out. So if I
Huh.
at at Slack my thing, my bot, which I have
Uh-huh.
yet to name, I
Uh-huh.
kind of want to name it Jeeves, but like everyone's going to do that. So I'm jealous
Also,
of.
Jeeves was just retired. Ask Jeeves was like just retired like a
Was
few weeks
it?
ago. Like
Oh my
officially,
gosh.
Ask.com is not a thing anymore.
Dead. Oh my gosh.
So you could probably buy that for like, a couple million if you
I was
wanted.
just saying a couple $1,000,000.
Okay, so you don't want to name it Ask Jeeves, even though that's
I really want to name it Minions, but that's what Stripe named
hmm,
theirs, which is
hmm,
unfortunate. So I can't name it
yeah,
Minions. Anyway, it's been fun to play around with, is my point.
yeah,
I do like being like, how do these things actually work? Like, how do
yeah.
you, like, what this does is a Rails app. You can add it in Slack. It then
Hmm.
goes to my Hetzner box, spins
Hmm.
up one of these containers, gets a virtual image, like it's pulls Git. It syncs differently than that, but basically, it has an image of my repo and it can like open a pull request, and
That's pretty cool.
it's cool and it's fun,
Yeah.
and I have no reason to build it except that I wanted to play around with it. So yeah.
See, I think that is the big difference.
Uh-huh.
I am looking right now, at least how I feel, is that for me, AI is a tool that helps me
Mm.
accomplish my goal.
Yeah.
I am not interested in like AI itself.
Okay. I
Does
think I
that
get
make
that.
sense?
I think so. What do you mean
I
not interested in AI itself? Like you
I don't
don't
care
care.
what it's doing under the hood.
Got
I
it.
don't care if it's spinning off 3 sub agents or using an MCP to connect or a CLI. Like, just do the work.
Yeah.
And I think that is the difference between, like, in this regard, like you and me. Like, I have shit I'm trying to get done, and I'm using AI to
Yes.
do it. You're like, what cool things does AI
Can I do?
do? And
Yes.
then you're like almost inventing the reason to use it, which usually spins
Yes.
off into something cool.
Right.
So we're coming at it from opposite angles. And for me, it's like, it's almost like how I always considered my Vim config. I haven't changed in 12 years because I
Yeah.
don't want to fiddle with it.
Yeah.
I just like don't
You're
want to
like, it
spend the time.
works, leave it be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it actually doesn't even work. Like one of the commands that it straight up doesn't work, but it was broken when I got it 12 years ago, so I just don't use that command. you know, and that's how I feel with a lot of these. It's like a developer tool to me.
Hmm.
I picked a font and a color scheme 12 years ago, and I haven't changed it since. Like that type of stuff. Like I am a curmudgeon in so many ways in that regard,
Yeah.
but other products like Ruby Native, iOS comes out with like a new feature, and I am interested and excited to see what I could build on top of that, right?
Yeah.
And it is the complete opposite, where I am trying to think of ways to use the new whatever feature. And yes, it's like almost, it's, yeah, we have like, it's just the different, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think I'm getting my point across.
Yeah. I got you. I understand.
Yeah.
So tell me, how are things going with Ruby Native? What's the latest?
Yeah. So product wise, Ruby Native is doing really well. We spoke a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, but since then, uh, you can now deploy to the Google Play Store
Nice.
on Android. So now you can actually build a cross-platform app with Ruby Native. And since then, and in that time, I have built another product with Ruby Native, and did a case study on it, which was pretty cool. My
Yay.
first case study.
Awesome. Love
So
that.
this thing is called PingRB. It's pingrb.com. And
Okay.
it's an iOS and Android app that receives push notifications. And
Okay.
that's kind of it. So you go to the dashboard and you can configure Stripe, like one click, auth with Stripe. Whenever you get paid, you get a push notification on your phone via PingRB that says you got paid 50
You got
bucks.
paid. Got it.
If it connects to Hatchbox, if your deploy fails, it uses a webhook to send you a push that says, hey, your Hatchbox deploy failed. You should go fix it. You can hook it up to GitHub for new issues or failed CI. But then there's the two ones that I'm most excited about, which I think are like the ones that break it all. It has an incoming webhook URL that's custom for you that requires no auth outside of the key in the URL. So if you can post, if any tool that you have can make a post request to this endpoint, you can get a customized push on your phone.
That's cool.
And what that opens up is the CLI. So there's a PingRB CLI, which you can install through Brew. And
Okay.
once Claude or your agent knows about it, you can say, hey, work on this thing and PingRB me when you're done with the update. And then I step away from my computer. And then 15, 20 minutes later, I get an update on my phone that's like, hey, this is done. It's deployed to whatever, like, go check it out. Or, hey, this failed. I have a question. And I've been using it so much around the house. Like, one of my favorite ways to code right now is I have my laptop on my island in the kitchen, and I tell Claude to do something, and then I go and fry the ground beef or chop some vegetables or whatever while I'm cooking. And I'm always looking over my shoulder to see if Claude's done. And yeah, I can hurt the sound up. That sometimes I'll get the little ding. But getting a push notification on my phone that Claude is ready for the next step is so powerful.
Yeah.
It's like I feel finally like I am multitasking in the way that I've always dreamed, where I'm doing the house/life stuff, but I'm also coding in the background. And there's
Yeah.
if there's downtime, it's because I'm choosing it, not because I'm wasting it. And it's been really, really fun to build because it's a product that I want
Yes.
in a way that I was able to build the features out. And it's $10, one-time purchase through Apple and Google. I've never actually done a one-time purchase thing.
Okay.
It's not an in-app purchase. It's not a subscription. It's just you pay $10, you get the app forever.
Okay.
And I built the whole thing without ever opening Xcode or Android Studio.
That's crazy. Wait,
Like,
so did you build it as a Rails app and then just use Ruby Native?
mm-hmm,
Is that what you did?
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice.
So I built the Rails app in a couple days.
Okay.
And then I actually sent Claude on it, and I was like, hey, turn this into an iOS app with Ruby Native. That
Okay.
was the only prompt I
That was
gave it, and I just saw how far it could go,
Yeah.
and it did 90% of it.
That's amazing.
And then I connected my App Store and my Google Play credentials to rubynative.com. I hit deploy, and it was in App Store Connect and on my phone in TestLite in 15 minutes.
That's awesome. That's so
And then
cool.
I went through the approval process, and
Wait, can I
I think
find it on my phone right now?
yeah. If you search PingRB,
Okay.
Ruby, one word, it is live.
Ping
Or
RB.
pingrb.com has the link to download. That's probably easier.
Yeah, I'll do that because this is just Pinterest when I do this.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll do it from your website
pingrb.com has
after.
the iOS
Has the
download link
iOS link.
and the
Yeah,
Android download
it's
link.
really aggressively pushing Pinterest when I do it. Still, this is
Yeah,
super cool.
I know, and I've been now iterating on it in ways that I never really thought was possible. It kind of looked web-y. So I had Claude send off a couple sub-agents and hey, audit this for web-looking things and make it look more like a native app.
Yeah.
And it came back with, increased margins, bigger font, little chevrons across the side. And it even started taking advantage of the Ruby native APIs. So now there's a native drop-down menu, a native tab bar, all of these things that Ruby native adds that are just done through HTML and ERB.
Yeah.
That Claude was able to infer from the documentation and the Claude MD file and just apply to my Ruby to the Rails website. I pulled to refresh on my phone. Boom, the app looks 10 times better. Didn't even need to deploy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I'm so excited for it because it's it feels like the first time I've used Ruby Native to create something real as a customer of Ruby Native. Not as I'm building this as a showcase or an example or a demo. It's
Yeah.
I want this iOS app. I want this Android app, but I don't really want to build them. I don't
Yeah.
really want to maintain a native version. Even
Yeah.
with Claude, maintaining 3 repos and 3 deploy processes is a pain in the
It's a
butt.
pain.
And if I can just add some ERB, git push, it deploys to Rails, and then pull to refresh on my phone and it works, it's kind of game changing. And in a way that Hotwire Native never really answered for me because of you still have to write Swift or write write Kotlin in Android Studio. I also this is my second app with Ruby Native. I kind of cheated on the first one. I did open Xcode a little bit. I did make some tweaks. I ran the simulator. This one was 100% done as if I was a customer of Ruby Native, which is a huge milestone because I kept promoting that you don't need to open Xcode, and now I've actually proved it. I also built out a full like screenshot flow. This is actually wild. Okay, a little technical. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You set up a key on rubynative.com that you add to your Rails credentials. That allows an iOS simulator and an Android simulator to hit your website as an authenticated user. It then hits 4 or 5 pages that you select as that demo user account and screenshots them as it would, like you would need to submit to the App Store. Those show up live on the Ruby Native website, your screenshots of the app that are essentially behind the login link.
Nice.
You then click them and it opens a full-blown editor where you can like move the screenshot up and down. You can add text to the top and bottom, set the background color, and then you hit save. It applies across all of them, and you hit one more button and it uploads to App Store for you. It uploads to Google Play. So you can do your full screenshot process without actually having to, open an editor or to have a designer. It's like if you want something that every single app uses, text on the top, image on the bottom, or vice versa, you can do it all from the Ruby Native website now too.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And PingRB is using that. Like I dog fooded that whole process for PingRB, and yeah, it looks good. Screenshots
Awesome.
look good.
I love that. Nice work.
So yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
bit of a wild ride. Product wise, I've been like heads down on product, and there are a few features that Android doesn't support that iOS supports still, and the whole marketing site only reflects iOS. So I need to update
Okay.
that to mention both app stores.
Yeah.
But it's feature complete
Yeah.
in a way
That's
that
awesome.
it's V1, MVP, whatever you want to call it. It is good enough for someone to get into the app stores, as I've proven. The big next step is the marketing push.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do I make sure that the people who want to use this see it and convert? And that's the focus for this week for me. It's like,
Okay.
what am I doing to get people to get eyeballs on this? And
Yeah.
that's why I'm very interested in your MCP server. Like, can I run some ads on this? I think
Right.
it's a really good candidate for that. I have the case studies that I haven't really publicly talked about. How do I get those in front of the right people? And like, what's my newsletter this week? Is it about what we're talking about right now? I have a lot of levers to pull. I just need to figure out something that is repeatable that gets people in the door.
Yeah.
I need to grow the business.
I was say, right. Time for growth.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited about it. And the more I think about it, it's like, wait a minute. I don't like this step.
Oh,
I
the
like the
marketing
building.
growth step?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the building
It's very
as,
common. Most technical founders do not like this part.
I still enjoy writing and I
Yeah.
enjoy sharing,
Yeah.
but having to create a demo video is something I could push off for months, even if it takes
Yeah.
me 20 minutes. Having to figure out, like the case studies,
Yes.
I've been wanting to do a case study for my business for years, and it took me like 2 hours to write my first one. Like, it's not a lot of time,
It's not that. Yeah.
but I just like don't like that stuff, so it's really hard to get started on it.
I think too, it's really hard in the beginning because
Mhm.
you don't know what channels are going to work. But when you start finding a channel that works, it becomes a lot more fun because
Yeah,
one, the channel works, and
yeah,
two, you can just focus on optimizing the channel. So I feel like with where you are right now, you want to try them all.
yeah,
Like you have your personal brand, you obviously have your newsletter. Let's
mhm,
see. So you have your personal brand. Socials just aren't converting for you as well as they used to. So you can do socials, but I don't think you're going to get tons of traffic in from socials. I think, but I do think it's worth trying. Like it's worth trying ads. It's worth
mhm,
trying influencer marketing. It's worth
yeah,
trying like Video is big. I mean, even if you have to hire someone, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I think it's definitely worth trying. I mean, you're good at video too, though. So like if you committed to do a video a week, that's too
Mhm.
much. Um,
Yeah.
right? It's like what I think the move is what I'm trying to say is like we don't know yet
Mhm.
because we haven't started, but I think the move is to
Right.
pick a channel, go all in for a while, see if it can, see if you can get it to work. And then you pick the next channel.
I think that that is the big question for me with video. Like,
Mhm.
what is what am I doing in the video? Is it a pure marketing 15-second splashy, like, here's how cool Ruby Native is? Is it me building apps with Ruby Native and it's more of like a tag along? Is it very polished demos and stuff? Like, I don't even know, and this is where I kind of why I haven't done video. It's like I don't even know where to start or what to start with.
So far, who do you think your best customers are?
Best best customers are actually the businesses that were going to be clients that dropped out, that were like, not now, too expensive, or we don't want to maintain native code moving forward. Those are the best because they already know they need an app, they know they want a hybrid app, and they have some budget, but not a lot.
How do they find you? Are they developers that know of your work? Are they like the CEO who stumbles upon your website?
I've been asking folks in discovery calls recently,
Yeah.
and the most popular answer is like, I've been following your content for years.
Yes. So
I've
they
been
know
reading your
you.
newsletter. I've been
Yes.
reading your blog. I saw your talk at Rails World. I went to your workshop, like things like that. They've been following me for years and finally reach out and we're like, we're ready, or we're stuck,
Yeah.
or do we need an app? Um, it's like extremely long,
Long
not
tail.
long tail, but like long sales
Sales
cycle.
cycle? Long sales
It,
cycle.
it's like pre-sale cycle, so it's customer warming. Like I don't know what the term is, but before the first contact is a long time, which is why it's so hard for my business to like ramp up when I need to because I can't really pull a lever
Yeah.
to ramp up. Also, it's because I only rely on inbound leads, though.
Right. We've talked about this before. Weren't you
Yeah,
doing, wait, first, how's your LinkedIn going? How's your LinkedIn strategy? We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
yeah. The posts that I did fairly well. Like
Okay.
I think in less than 100 reactions, but some broke 100. Uh, the problem is like no one's clicking links on those.
Yeah.
Even if there's a link in the first comment, like it'll be like 10,000 impressions for the post and like 50 impressions for the comment.
Right. 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 Yep.
Impressions, like not even click throughs.
Yeah.
So a link on it, LinkedIn is even worse than a link on X.com, I feel.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if that is okay. And like I should just be getting my voice out there more so people are more, know who I am. It's a whole strategy that I'm failing at creating because I haven't sat down and figured out like what is the best. I think I need to find out my funnel.
Okay. Yes.
It's like what is my customer acquisition funnel for my
Right.
business and for Ruby Native
Yeah.
because I am a very good handle on it once I have contact with them.
Okay.
I have a discovery call, I send them a proposal, we usually hop on one more call, I send them a contract, we sign. It usually takes between 2 weeks and 2 months for like on average.
Yeah.
But before that is literally years of content in their
Right.
face.
Right.
And is that the answer? Is just like, well, then do more content, or is it more targeted content? Is it different platforms? Is it different, you know, engagement types? And I don't know. I don't know, and B, I don't know how to measure that.
Yeah. That's tough. I mean, that is, I feel like the consultant
Yeah.
challenge, right? Because it was the same for me when I was doing pure consulting. Like people would come to me that wanted to start a consultancy and they were like, how do you get leads? And I'm like,
Hmm.
speak at conferences. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because it's a
Yeah.
long sales cycle. Like people see your content and they hear you speak and then you developed authority, and then they trust you, and then they reach out to you. But same, like years and years of
Yeah.
brand building
Mhm.
essentially in the
Mhm.
space. Um, yeah,
It's almost like I feel like I've done 5 years of brand building at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
How do I cash in on some of
On
that
that,
brand building
personal capital. Yeah,
so I can say, "Hey, I have something to sell. Like,
yeah,
do you want to buy it?" Right? Like,
right.
I think that you are the right person for this tool or this service. How, like, which here it is. Like, do you want to purchase it? And I don't have a way to, like I said, I don't have a lever for that.
Yeah. We should talk more about this and think more about this. But I mean, newsletter, obviously,
Uh-huh.
right,
Uh-huh.
is your easiest access to your people.
Uh-huh.
Um, Man, and socials, just because socials usually, they're just not performing that well right now for people.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Mm, I don't know. We'll have to keep thinking on it.
Yeah. It does feel like it is a common problem, like you're saying, and even
Literally,
more.
everyone has this problem.
Yeah, and, like, even more this year, like 2026, with
Hmm.
folks wanting to do more in-house just on their own with AI, and I've accepted that, but I also refuse to, like, be defeated, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I want to I still want to win,
yeah,
and how do I win is it I don't have the answer yet.
yeah. Fair.
But yeah, that's me.
Okay. Well, we should probably wrap it there.
Yeah, so we'll be back on the air next week, of course. In the meantime, let's chat, Colleen, about maybe some
Yeah.
ads, maybe some dual engagements. Maybe we'll have something exciting to share next week. And we will hold off on the live stream for a little while. We got some crazy weeks coming up, but we'll let you know.
Yes. Love that.
Alrighty.
Okay. Splendid. Have a
Cool.
good week.
Yeah, you too. You can find
Thanks.
all the episodes on nopermission.fm. And if you have any feedback about the show, both of our emails and socials are up there. Until next week. Bye.
Bye.